Okay, that got it like here. There you go. Okay, this book is called The Secret of a Millionaire Mind, and we're gonna read this book right now. But I'm gonna continue where I left off, cause the previous one was the introduction. I'm still reading the introduction, but I had to improve. Okay, let's do this. Greatest tools in the world. But if you have got a tiny link in your toolbox, I'm I am pointing to my head right now. You have got a problem. So I assigned a program called a millionaire mind intensive, based on the inner game of money and success. When I combined the inner game, the toolbox actually, with the outer game, the tools, visually everybody's results went through the roof. So what so that's what you are going to learn in this book: how to master the inner game of money to win the game of money. How to think rich to get rich. People often ask me whether my success was a one-shot deal, or whether it has continued. Let me put it this way. Using the exact principles I teach, I have now earned millions and millions of dollars, and and a multi-millionaire several times over. Virtually all my investments and businesses virtues seem to skyrocket. Some people tell me I have a Midas 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 touch, where everything I got involved in turns to gold. They are right, but what they may not realize is that having a Midas touch is simply another way of saying having a financial blueprint set for success. Such is which is exactly what you will have once you learn these principles and do this work. Okay. Early on during our Millionaire Mind Intensive seminar, why am I saying that? Okay, seminar. I generally asked the audience, how many of you came here to learn? It's a bit of a trick question, because a author George Billings said, "It's not what we know that just ain't not." Sorry, my vocabulary. I have to improve. I'm improving. That's why I'm reading aloud. It's not what we. What was I? What was I? It's what. Okay. It's not what we don't know that prevents us from succeeding. It's what we know that just ain't, so that it uh, so that is our greatest obstacle. Sorry, this book is not as much about learning as it's about unlearning. It is essential for you to recognize how your old ways of thinking and acting have gotten you exactly where you were right now. If you're really rich or really happy, fine. But if you're not, I invite you to consider some possibilities that let's continue, may not fit into your box of your currently think is what you, oh shit, oh fit into your box of what you currently think is right or even appropriate for you. Even though I suggest that you don't believe a word I say, and I want you to test this concept out in your own life. I'm going to ask you to trust the ideas you are reading, not because you know me personally, but because thousands and thousands of people have already changed their lives as the result of the principles in this book. Speaking of trust, it reminds me of one of my favorite stories. It's about a man who's walking along a cliff and all of a sudden loses his balance, slips and falls off. Fortunately, he has the presence of mind to grab on to the ledge, and he's hanging there for dear life, for dear life. He hangs and finally yells out, "Is there anybody up there who can help me?" There's no answer. He keeps calling and calling. "Is there anybody up there who can help me?" Finally, this big, looming voice calls back, "This is God." Okay, let's get to the basics. This is God. I can help you. Just let go and trust. The next thing you hear is, there anybody else up there who can help me? The lesson is simple. If you want to move to a higher level of life, listen, you have to be willing to let go of some of your old ways of thinking and being and adopt new ones. The results will eventually speak for themselves. Can you hear that? The money part one, the money blueprint. We live in a world of duality. Duality. We live in a world of duality. Duality. I had to check that word out. Duality. Let me write it down. Duality. Oops. Oops. Okay. Okay. Duality. Let's write this. Sorry. Okay. Duality. Up and down, light and dark, hot and cold, in and out, fast and slow, right and left. These are but a few examples of a thousands of opposite poles. For one pole to exist, the other pole must also exist. It is no, is it possible to have a right side without the left side? Not a chance. Con- Consequently, just as they oh, time's up, y'all. Time's up, y'all. So I'm gonna stop here, but I'm gonna keep going, even though I'm gonna record myself still and improve my vocals and improve. I will also improve the way I read slow or something. I have to read normally like I'm reading to a 5-year-old. So gotta practice this. Anyways, have a great evening, have a great day, have a great afternoon. Love you all. Peace.